Let's turn this pillowcase into a head wrap. So here we are beginning at the opposite end of the opening of the pillowcase, and I'm going to go ahead and mark half of the circumference of my head plus an inch. And then from that same corner, we're going to go ahead and mark the measurement from your forehead to the back of your neck plus 2 inches. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark that same 13 inches again and connect the dots here. And then we are going to go ahead and make a rectangle, and this will be the area needed for cutting the head wrap. Now, once I have my rectangle drawn out, I'm going to go ahead and start from that corner again and mark a curved edge on that side of the head wrap. And then now we are going to go ahead and cut that out. Now that this has been cut out, go ahead and open it. And what we are going to do next is hem the edges. So what I'm going to do first is hem the bottom edge. And I do have this pretty trim that I'm going to add to that edge as well. This will be the opening of your face. So go ahead and cut you out a piece of trim. And then we're going to go ahead and take it to the sewing machine to hem that edge, and then hem the other edges and add the trim. So as you can see, I have it folded over about a little bit more than ½ an inch, and I am just doing a straight stitch all along that straight edge of the head wrap. And then after that is completed, I'm going to go ahead and add the trim. So I'm going to go ahead and place the trim to where a little bit of that edge overlaps, so it can be a little bit lower than the actual fabric of the head wrap. And again, I'm doing a straight stitch here really close to that edge, and I'm going to go ahead and sew that down. As you can see, this trim turned out really pretty. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and flip it over to the wrong side, and I'm going to hem the other edge that's left over. I'm going to go ahead and hem this to where there is enough room to pass some sort of ribbon, cord, string, whatever you choose to go through that, so that we can go ahead and draw the head wrap closed once it's on our head. So here I'm using about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of seam allowance, and I'm closest to the raw edge of that fabric. And I also wanted to show y'all a little trick when it comes to hemming the curved edges. You can take something, there I'm using my Cricut weeder tool, and basically gathering or pleating that edge of the fabric along the curves so that it can stay consistent with the hem. I hope this makes sense. Now, I do suggest, if you are using a fabric that frays, that you do something with those raw edges. You can either do a double folded hem, zigzag, or serge those raw edges before you do the hem. So now that we have completed the hem, you should have something that looks like this. It is nice and clean. And then as you can see, that edge, we're going to go ahead and take our cord, ribbon, string, whatever you desire to pass through. I'm going to go ahead and cut this to about 1 yard, 36 inches. Now, I do suggest that you cut it a little bit longer if you want to have more wraparound when it comes to attaching the head wrap, and you'll see at the end of this video what I mean. So I'm just using my little thread weeder tool to pass that cord through. And once we have that all passed through, then you are complete. So now I will show you how to put this on. As I mentioned before, the part that has the trim is the edge that will line your face. So you'll just go ahead and put that on. And like I was speaking about earlier, I would suggest to cut your ties a little bit longer because I didn't quite have enough to tie at the top and then also underneath my bun here. But I hope that you all enjoy this tutorial, and the Lord's will, you'll be able to create something like this on your own. Shalom.